What's up, everybody? Welcome back to QC Comics, doing another action figure and review video, this time for the Star Wars The Black Series Imperial Rocket Trooper from Star Wars Battlefront 2. And this is the second figure to come out of the Star Wars Battlefront 2 game, and I think it's the 8th or 9th figure from the Gaming Greats line, which have all been from varying degrees of really good to excellent. So definitely always happy to pick one of these up. This has an excellent box if you're an inbox collector. The side looks so slick with the blue and the white, almost kind of silverish gray gloss on this one side here. It's just, if you're an inbox collector, the front looks good as well. The blue really goes well with the jet black, but this artwork on the side is top notch. And of course on the back, you've got that same artwork, only without the gloss, just that matted finish. And you've got all your information there for the character / game. So if you want to take a moment to read that, go right ahead. Then the other side here, you've just got the Gaming Greats sticker up there. Again, though, it's got a nice shine to it. If you're an inbox collector, these are fantastic. So we'll go ahead and just rip into this guy because, as you know, I am not an inbox collector. Slide them on out here. And we've just got the one accessory with the Trooper here, which is just kind of a standard Imperial blaster. Although, yep, it does have a bit of silver paint on the side, which is nice. Always nice to get a little bit of extra paint work added in. Just little details add to the finished product here. But everything else is just kind of punched out black. But it does look nice. Although I don't know if all of them have the same scope here. Maybe it seems different just at the moment, but I'd have to go look at my other Trooper guns. But you've got that, pretty standard stuff. Pop the figure out here. And of course, he is Imperial Rocket Trooper. I'm kind of bummed out that he doesn't have a rocket launcher, but he does have that pack on the back there, which does look really nice. I didn't realize he's got the Imperial logo there on the shoulder, which has a real nice gloss. So that's a good detail. I like that a lot. I guess I didn't realize in the package that he had that. Other than that, it looks from here down like a pretty standard Stormtrooper body. However, it's that helmet that really sets him apart. You've got that tubing that comes out there, connects to the pack there. You've got the gray. That, yeah, and on mine it's painted pretty cleanly. You can see a little bit of separation between kind of where it doesn't quite meet this top ridge on the helmet, but minor stuff. The blue lines here on the side look really nice. The black on the visor has just a deep gloss to it. So that's excellent. Top to bottom, though, on as far as the helmet's concerned, really nice stuff. And yeah, these shoulders are going to kind of get in the way of posability. They don't really want to move. So that's kind of tough. However, everything looks fantastic, but yeah, they're just so big. It's just not going to allow you much range of motion there. And do we have wrist swivel? Oh, we don't. No, it's just that one single hinge there. See if I can get that in focus. Yeah, that's a bit of a bummer. So you've got the swivel, but it's only going to move in one direction. So that, I mean, coupled with the shoulder armor here, that's really going to kind of get in the way of a lot of the posability options. I do have a bit of white paint kind of splattered on his thumb there as well. So, you know, again, nitpicky stuff, but just pointing things out that, you know, if you're an inbox collector and there's multiples on the shelf, you may want to just take a look. Always look at those paint applications. If you see something like that, maybe you want to look for the one behind it. I unfortunately did not have that luxury. This was the only one on the shelf. And these arms feel a bit brittle. I don't know. I might have to try and loosen these up, but there's just, and again, not a lot of range of motion on this. This is going to be a tough one to pose. And I wish he had a rocket launcher. I could just do some photos with him with the rocket. And, I think that would help, having a big weapon. So maybe you wouldn't have to do these intricate movements. But yeah, that's a bit of a bummer. The knees go back about that far. The feet move really well right out of the box. So no complaints there. And not a ton to say about from the waist down. It's pretty standard trooper stuff. This is pretty nice though. The holster here, it feels really hard, but it's got kind of a soft rubbery look. So I don't know if I'm describing that right, but and then the paint is applied very cleanly here on all of these silver dots here just above the waist. And oh, yep, I did notice. So here's the actual pack itself. Everything looks pretty good, and there's some nice paint there to look like that's where the exhaust was coming out from doing the actual jumps. However, there's red here, which is fine, but if you can see, there's some red dots that have kind of bled over onto the other side. I don't know if it's just paint smudged or smeared, but again, just something else to take just a look at when you're buying these figures. If you really care about getting the best, cleanest figure you can, always check those paint applications. And I think, like most troopers, he should stand pretty easily. Yeah, stands pretty easily. So that's a plus. So there's my unbox / review for the Star Wars Battlefront 2 Imperial Rocket Trooper. Final thoughts and a grade on the figure. Its posability, as I mentioned, is pretty limited because of the shoulder armor. But just in general, I'm not sure what they used as far as parts from other figures that they brought back. But those arms feel really brittle, really stiff. That's not great. Also, just inherently because of the tubing, it limits your range of motion for how much you're going to be able to tilt the head. I don't know if these disconnect or not. I really didn't. I tugged at them a little bit. Even still, if you're doing photography, it's just, you don't want those to be disconnected. You want everything to be connected and look like it should. And then just coming with the blaster when it's the Imperial Rocket Trooper, and correct me if I'm wrong, and he's got that kind of jetpack, jump pack, whatever you want to call it, on the back. I do believe in game you actually one of your special abilities was to be able to fire the rocket, and this is a Gaming Greats figure, and I hope I'm not recording this just being completely wrong, but I believe he had a rocket launcher, so that really would have been a plus for the figure. I think it would have helped with the mobility issues, and because of that extra weight on the back, it is going to be tough to pose and get him to stand on his own just freely if you're doing photography or even on the shelf. Especially you tuck the blaster, and I know they don't weigh very much, but that holster does go to the back, which is adding more weight to the back. So there's some pros and cons, and I think it's a great looking figure. I was definitely happy to pick it up. However, for $25, and I know that's kind of the price point at GameStop with these Gaming Greats, it's just a bit much for a figure like this, especially with just how little it comes with. I would have been okay with this being a $20 purchase, but I think it just feels cheap for being a $25 purchase. And I'm kind of bummed to say, I think my final rating would be like a 6 out of 10. And I'm not even really taking into account some of the paint issues on mine. The 2 red smudges that were on the back there, the white paint on the thumb on the left side there, and just kind of a little bit of uncleanness where it doesn't meet the ridge of the helmet. That just varies from figure to figure, and I don't want to sound too nitpicky. I'm just saying how this figure feels in my hand, how it moves, what it comes with, factoring in the price point. I just think it's like, I think I'm even being generous giving it a 6 out of 10. I think it's a 6 out of 10. I think it's just an okay figure. I think maybe I'd say it's a little higher if the price point was a little lower, but it is what it is. Nevertheless, I am happy to have it in my collection. I think I'm going to pose it somewhat similar to how I have it now on the shelf. And I think it's going to look great with the other troopers. I think I'm going to work it into some photography. I think it'll look really fun. And my daughter likes playing with the troopers as well. So maybe this will just be one that I just won't mind her tossing around with the other toys that I got for relatively cheap. And I don't mind if they get some dings or scrapes or scratches. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, please give me a like, share, or subscribe if you haven't. And I do these videos all the time for anything I buy, whether it's new, old, whatever. So check back and see what's posted later this week. Thank you so much. Take care. We'll see you next time.